Hey guys, how are you? How are you? We are in week number 7. Mr. Argetta here coming to you. It is a beautiful, beautiful day, Tuesday morning. I have an advisory board meeting for our program, which starts in about an hour. So I wanted to get this video out to you as soon as I can. As usual, let me give you a quick update of what happened last week. Let's talk about what's happening this week. And of course, the end of it all next week. So here we are. Let me start off by saying that last week's discussion, as I mentioned early on, my favorite discussion, I get to see a little picture of you guys, your future, what it looks like, and it just excites me. I know there's a lot of negativity out there in the world. I hear it all the time. People have their opinions, they have their perspectives. Obviously, there's so many dynamics on what's going on. One solution does not fit it all, but here's what I have to say about that. So I do this class every year. It's one of my favorite classes. I think it's such a practical and very adaptable information that you're being taught here. It is so useful in the business world, and therefore it's called Principles of Management. It's the beginning of management. I hope that this journey for you as a manager, future leader, a director, CEO, whatever your destiny is, I hope that you always go back to this information and you use it and learn it. So here's my soapbox about last week, the reason why I do it. One, as I mentioned, I saw Dr. Potash and his video, and it changed my life. I was in college still, and it started my journey of what do I want to do? What do I want to really do in life? And I heard that in a lot of views. Some of you guys literally moved me with what your story is, with where you come from. I understand that there is pain and struggle through this journey. Trust me, I know, and I want to commend you for that. Some of you are the first to go to college in your family, as I was. I commend you for that. I encourage you to continue to do this journey and complete it. So many people need you to finish. I believe that in my house, there is no option for our children. College is a pathway they have to take. Both my wife and I are educators. We've believed in education. We struggled through it. I would go to work when we first got married. I would work for 3 or 4 months, save up enough money. We would pay for 1 semester for her to go to school. She would go to school for 1 semester. I'll end up working to finish paying that semester. Sometimes she would have to take a semester off because we couldn't afford it. And then she'll go back to school the following semester when I saved up a little more money. And we did that year after year until she graduated. And then once she graduated, thank the Lord, we became a little better off financially. And then I started going to school. But we believe in education. We believe in this process. I believe in this process. But more than this process, I believe in you. I believe that you can make a difference. I know we don't know each other personally, but I hope these videos help you understand that this is not a job for me. It's a mission. It's a mission to provide people the information and knowledge that changed my life. And I believe it can change your life. It's like, and I love to use food because I'm a foodie. I love food, but it's like when I find a good restaurant. No one pays me to go around telling people, oh my God, I ate the best pizza in the world. You got to try it out. That's what this is to me. I discovered knowledge is power. And this is going to change not only your life, but the lives of those behind you. And that's why I do this discussion, because I believe this discussion kind of puts that into perspective for people. So I appreciate your participation in it. I'm reading through them. I'm taking my time, so I'll get to grading them. Don't worry, I'll grade it. I'm just reading every single one because I want to take it in. This is my moment. This is what I love to see. So I appreciate for all of you who took time and the effort to do it. I appreciate that. And I am going to go in there and read it and be a part of that journey with you. All right, that was last week. This week is week number 7. Technically speaking, This will be the last work week with chapter work. You have chapters 13 and 14. We'll be looking at some stuff in regards to communication, how communication works from a two-way system. But we're also going to be talking about companies and how they're designed. And here's what the discussion is going to be like this week. It's going to be very simple. I don't want you guys to overwhelm yourself. I just want to expose you to the financial world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a discussion where you do some small, basic research on investments, mutual funds, stock investments, any vehicle of investments. And what I want you to do is look for two things. I want you to look for approximate gains on a 10-year basis. So most mutual funds will give you that in their perspectives or in their small research. Once again, don't get worried and nervous about how great you do. I'm looking for a mutual fund. I want you to go in to look and research what a mutual fund is versus a stock, and then tell me which mutual fund you would invest in and what that return will be in 10 years. Most mutual funds provide that information for you. So for example, if I went on to Charles Schwab and I looked at the different mutual funds that they have, a lot of times they're divided into sectors, into sections: technology, healthcare. You find me one that you are interested in, tell me which one it is. It'll give you, a lot of times they're random letters or numbers or names. And then you say, I would invest in this mutual fund, which will return me this percentage in a 10-year approximately. Tell me if you guys are already invested in stuff. I don't want to know any details, of course. Just want to see where you're at in regards to that. I've discovered in my journey, in my financial journey, now I want you to remember that I grew up poor. I did not have the luxuries that I thank God we have today. I didn't have the resources we have today. My parents were immigrants from another country to this country. We did not have a lot to start with. By wise decisions, my parents are now, they've done very well. They're retired. They are retired in Chicago, and they've been successful in their life. But we started off with very little. So this was an important process for me. I believed that understanding finances makes the world of a difference to anybody. So investment was a part that helped me. So I felt it might help some of you. I encourage you to investigate it, research it, learn about it, start this journey. I wanted to open that plate up for you. If you made that road, that door, for you to start picking at it. How do people make money in investment? It's part of our chapter. It's part of understanding finances. It's part about being a manager. So a lot of times people, when you get a job at these higher levels, they will offer you stock options. They're going to say, hey, we want you to work for us. In order for work for us, here's your salary. We're going to give you $75,000 in your salary, but we're also going to give you $50,000 or $10,000 in stock options. Now, the way they use that is they use it for you to stay with the company. You're no longer just an employee of the company. You are part owner. You are invested into the company. So your hard work will impact the results of what we do. If the company grows, guess what? Your $10,000 grow. Your stock options grow. So it's a way to get you invested into what we do, not just from your salary, but from the long term, your effects in the long term. How do I affect the bottom line? How do I affect this company? So keep that in mind as you go out there. Look for companies that give you stock options. That is another way to cushion your long-term wealth. All right. So here's the last part of this. I wanted to do two things for you that I think will help you. This class has been phenomenal. You guys have done a great job, but I know that some of you are still going through some issues. We're finally getting rid of this whole thing. We're hoping and praying that this pandemic gets behind us. I know we're not out of the woods yet, but we're getting there. So in order to help you, I am going to drop another week's worth of work. Sorry, I take that back. Another chapter worth of work. So I'm going to go in there and drop one more chapter worth of work. So if we look at this from the beginning of the semester to now, technically speaking, I've dropped 2 chapter worths of work to help you, of lowest grades, basically. So that essentially leads up to saying that in this whole semester, I've forgiven 1 week's worth of low grades. So that should help somebody that had a hard time through the semester and had to skip out a week, or some week was tough. That should give you that cushion to be able to do good. The second thing I'm going to do for you, which I consider this, but I've been back and forth with this, but I think I have to be fair. I dropped the time limit in the midterm. I will drop the time limit in the final. I want you to know that I'm doing that in pain, because I feel like you guys should know this information and should be able to do this, but I understand that some of you have some issues with time and it creates an unneeded and unnecessary anxiety. So I'm going to remove the time limit from the final. I'm going to drop 1 more chapter worth of work. So that means that technically speaking, you had 1 week of low grades that were going to be dropped. In return, though, I need your help. So I mentioned this last time. I saw a lot of you guys replied that you will be doing the survey, but that helps me. It really does. It helps me understand. And I have my own personal goal to be able to get as many surveys completed as possible to show that you guys do enjoy the class, that this class is working. So I'm doing this for you, and I hope that you guys can do this for me. Please complete that survey. Show me that, we are connected, that we are a team, and complete that survey for me. So next week is your final. It's only the final. I will do a farewell little video just to kind of give you an update of what happened, what's going on with me, and bring closure to this class. I'll let you know how to reach me in case you need to. And I guess that's it, guys. It's coming to an end. This is it. Let's get it done. Finish strong. Give me a good, solid discussion. Remember to reply to this video, reply to other students. It's been cold in the mornings, but then it gets beautiful out there. It's gorgeous. Sun is out. It's a nice day to get out and walk. We got out to walk yesterday with my wife, enjoying just the time out. Guys, I appreciate you. March 17th is your summer. If you have not registered, come on, get on there, get in there and register. Get into at least a class. Make this whole process worth it. Get it over with. Graduate. Let's go celebrate. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Take care. Be safe. Take care of each other.